stability in their lives. The fear of losing a possession such as a house or a car for some is very real. However, there is a way to get back on the right financial track. Clean Start Law Firm can help, and here to tell us more is Lucas Garcia. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Guy. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. So why is bankruptcy as opposed to other options? Is that a good way to go?
Well, to compare it to some of the other options, the most promising and probably the most desirable aspect of bankruptcy is that it can be done so quickly. It's something that can be completed in a little over 100 days if you were to start to finish, from meeting with an attorney through a discharge through Chapter 7. You could see it done in about 100 days or less, and that is far more appealing to many people who are struggling than, for example, say a debt consolidation program or some program that's going to have you pay still thousands of dollars into their account so that they can later negotiate with your creditors. That takes a long time, and you're falling behind during that time and doing more and more damage to your credit score. And you know, it's when you balance those two out, the cost versus the benefit and the quickness of it is
why you might want to go down that path instead. So the big difference between a bankruptcy and debt consolidation is bankruptcy wipes it entirely out, the debt, and consolidation is you still pay.
Yes, you are still paying into that program, usually for anywhere between, I've heard of clients coming to us that have paid into it for 12 or 18 months thinking they were going to get what they were looking for to get free from their debts, only to find out that through some failure of negotiations that some of their creditors survived, and now they're still in the same tight pinch, only now they're 18 months later and that much further in the hole. They didn't get a clean start.
So it pays to stop and think and weigh all the options before you act.
I would say so.
Yeah. So we mentioned that when it comes to a bankruptcy, a lot of people out there are concerned about losing their house or their possessions. How does a bankruptcy help a homeowner?
Sure, there are several ways in which bankruptcy helps a homeowner. I mean, first of all, there are some homeowners who are just overwhelmed by their house payment. They have a home that they know is too much for them to afford. They are in despair because they have no idea how they're going to pay for this. And a bankruptcy gives them a perfect opportunity to surrender that house, to let that house go without it being through the foreclosure process. Another way that it can help is that when you relieve a debtor of their numerous unsecured debts, those credit cards, those personal loans that have mounted up while they were trying to maybe make ends meet because of a loss of a spouse's job or a decrease in their hours, those kind of debts, once relieved, give you the breathing room to pay for your mortgage payment despite that loss of income. Or there are, for example, Chapter 13 bankruptcy, an opportunity to strip off a second mortgage that is burdening your monthly payment on your house and get that discharged instead of continuing to have to pay that.
Despite all the good that a bankruptcy does, I still feel like there's a little bit of a stigma attached to it. Dispel the common myths about a bankruptcy. Sure,
there are a number of myths. I think one of the ones that I've been encountering lately that's so detrimental is that bankruptcy is somehow bad. People almost equate it to some sort of legal but, dare I say, criminal activity, but it's not. It's not a criminal activity. It is something that is, exactly, it's right there in Title 11 of the U.S. Code. It's there for a reason. It's there because when you have economic stagnation, when you have times where people are losing jobs, where hours are being cut back, where here in California we're seeing furlough after furlough after furlough, cutting back on people's ability to pay, we're losing those people's ability to contribute economically. And when you can relieve some of these debts, some of these pressures that are keeping them from, purchasing typical items that you would spend with your disposable income, go out and do a little bit of clothes shopping, or go out and meet up with friends for, pizza and some drinks or something like that. That's something that people avoid doing when they're under economic stress, and this lets that go. I think the other most detrimental one is that you have to expend all of your resources to do it. People tap those 401ks and IRAs when they shouldn't, when those are going to be protected.
Don't touch it,
Don't touch it.
Talk to me a little bit about the credit score. What does it do? What does a bankruptcy do to your credit score?
Sure. What it does to your credit score is not nearly as important as what it does for your credit score. It's going to wipe out those debts that are burying you. It's going to free up what they call your debt to income ratio, and it's going to give you that opportunity to start rebuilding credit that was flagging, that was slowly sinking into your sort of quagmire of debts. and gives you an opportunity to start rebuilding that fresh.
Quagmire, that's a good word when it comes to your debts. So what is the first step for people out there? What can they do?
Sure. The first step for people out there is to contact an attorney. Contact us. Call Clean Start Law Firm. Get a free consultation with one of our attorneys who can sit down with you, look over your financial scenario, and find out if bankruptcy is truly the right option for you. It costs nothing, and it could save you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands.
Okay, and you've got multiple locations all around the Sacramento area. There they are listed, and your phone number and your email address.
Exactly.
So people have lots of ways to get a hold of you.
And if you have a hard time making it in, we can do phone appointments for folks who can't make it into one of our offices.
All right, Lucas Garcia, Clean Start Law Firm. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Guy.
I appreciate it, yeah. All right, we will be right back.